maybe an unpopular opinion, but Ariana Grande's Positions era was her best era to date in terms of aesthetics and in terms of the fashion. Like, Ariana is a stunning woman, but like Positions era was chef's kiss. It was peak. I'm sorry, I need her to go back to this style. And the reason why Positions era was so good was because she was fully tapping into her Venus in Taurus. She was fully tapping into the fullest embodiment of her Venus in Taurus, and it shows. And it shows. There was a certain glow with Positions era that I had never seen from her before, and it's because she was tapping into her Venus sign. And this is what happens when you dress for your Venus sign, okay? Like, when you hear the girls say that, like, we're not joking, like, we're being 100% serious. When you dress for your Venus sign, it is how you tap into the highest form of you. It is how you tap into your essence, period. If you want to know how to dress for your Venus sign but you're feeling lost, definitely download the Astro app and create an account to get all of the answers. Go to the Ask Me Anything tab and type in prompts like, what is my Venus sign and how do I dress to that aesthetic? What are some accessories that would best suit me based on my Venus sign? And Astro can also give you some specific examples so you can really achieve the Venus sign glow up. Start tapping into your Venus sign. It's how you tap into your creative flow. It's how you become the most alluring version of you. And it's also very much like an anti-trend thing. You know what I mean? Which we love to see. And that's something that I love about Positions era for Ariana. And that's why this whole aesthetic looks so good on her, is because Venus in Taurus is also just a very anti-trend placement. Was something like very Adele, there was something very reminiscent of Adele here. And that's because also Adele is a Taurus. And I just feel like Taurus people seem to be very attracted to this very mod, classic, clean lines, structured aesthetic, kind of like a 60s vibe. And they look good in it. Like, it works for them, and it's what makes them look so like, really just feels so tailored to them specifically. And on Ariana, this whole aesthetic just looks so authentic on her. Lana Del Rey is another Venus in Taurus. Like, Shall I Go On? Like, I think the reason why Venus in Taurus loves the kind of mod, classic, bold eyeliner with the graphic prints, the go-go boots, I think it's also because Venus in Taurus is like attracted to this aesthetic because it requires a lot of precision, and Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus also has heightened senses, so like feel, touch, smell, like all of that is very sensitive for them, and they have very refined, picky taste there. I think Venus in Taurus is also attracted to like less is more across the board. So even with style, they like clothing that feels very high quality, while also still simplistic and practical. And also Taurus is also the sign where the moon is exalted. So there's a nostalgic, sentimental quality about Taurus, which is why I think Taurus is so obsessed with styles from like the 60s and the 70s. Like, they just love the nostalgia that comes back with it. They love like kind of like a rewind and a reference, you know what I mean? Because Venus rules Taurus. Taurus is Venusian. They like a fashion sense that is very reminiscent of something romantic, right? The thing that Venus and Taurus teaches us is that prioritizing your pleasure, prioritizing your slowness and your comfort isn't frivolous. It's just necessary. It should be prioritized. And that's the wise side to Taurus. That's the wisdom that Taurus has. Yet they're still called lazy. When the gag is, it's like they just have like sensory intelligence. You know what I mean? So I think Ariana is such a great Venus and Taurus icon because she kind of paved the way for the girlies that like to wear the oversized hoodies. Like, she's still doing that till this day. And I think it's iconic because above all else, Taurus people are going to prioritize their comfort, right? And period. I think that Venus and Taurus, they need to feel good in their body to regulate their nervous system. Like, they need to look good. It is simply a must, or they will not be nice. They cannot be calm. And I love that. I think it's iconic. And Ariana and Princess Diana. Princess Diana, another Venus and Taurus icon. And Princess Diana always was so refined. She was always known to kind of be so composed. And her, like, especially Princess Diana's looks where she did the sweatshirt and then the, you know, biker shorts, like she was just kind of casual, but she made it look elevated. And so that's what's so iconic about Venus and Taurus is they can be rocking a casual look, but they somehow make it look luxurious because they're all about inhabiting their feelings, embodying their feelings, about natural beauty and symmetry. And that's very just like attractive. It's very magnetic, and it was something that Ariana was known for when she was walking outside with her sweats on and everyone was gagged. Same with Princess Diana. But don't get it twisted. That don't mean that Venus and Taurus can't still be glitzy and glammy, right? Can't serve a look. You know what I mean? And I think Venus and Taurus has a natural way of expressing that without being too in your face, right? And it's also like something that's very hard to replicate. Like even to this day, like no one is able to replicate Princess Diana's revenge dress. Like no one can seem to like give what she gave in that very moment. Because with Venus and Taurus, it's very much about, again, inhabitation of their feelings. And it somehow comes through in their fashion. And I think Venus and Taurus really look best in like, you know, olive greens and browns, earthy tones, ivory, and maybe even some pastels, but also like as long as they're wearing something that's structural and intentional, yet simplistic and comfortable, like finding a balance there, I think that is really the jackpot for Venus and Taurus. It's really about simplicity with elements of refinement and with elements of luxury. Genuinely. That is the biggest thing. Honestly, I feel like Jane Birkin is a great example of that type of vibe where it's like very simplistic, but it's also, there's something intellectual about it at the same time. There's something that's like very rare and inspiring about it. You don't really see people doing that, you know, like Jane Birkin was walking around with a basket, you know what I mean, as a purse. Those types of things that feel almost very kitschy, very unique, but also very classic and timeless. Very, very Venus and Taurus.